Hey, it's me, Vicky Marie. So, before I start with this video, I'm going to be talking about all this controversy about the XL bully dogs. And, you know, I've been thinking about doing this for a little while, and then one of my subscribers, one of my members, very supportive member of my channel, has, a couple of these dogs. And I've been thinking about them ever since the controversy really got started this week, and thinking also my nephew has a couple of these dogs. And anyway, it's a controversy, isn't it? It's a controversy, and that's what I'm going to be talking about. And also another couple of bits of things that are in the news. But first of all, I want to say thank you to everyone as usual. Thank you so much. My subscribers are growing still gradually, and it's so nice to just see the channel grow gradually. I like it growing gradually because I like to think it's not only the Nicola Bully content that people want to watch. I know that people are still very interested in Nicola Bully, but the other content, that I'm making, it seems like people like that also. So that is great as well for me. So thank you. If you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. You can unsubscribe anytime. It's completely free way of, does help me if you want to help me grow my channel. And if you don't, well, why are you even watching? No, sorry. So yeah, please subscribe, please like the video. That's another free way you can really help me grow my channel, or share the video to anyone that you think might be interested in it. And then a special thanks to those of you who have joined, have become members. Membership is €1.99 a month and is cancelable anytime. And if you're a member, you get to join in the member streams every Thursday evening at 8 p.m. You also get to read my novel as it's being written. Please subscribe to Murder. The second installment's gone out this morning on Saturday, the 16th of September, 2023. So I'm writing it in installments, and then when I get to the end, I will publish the whole book. But I decided to do it in installments because it's just not so overwhelming for me then to sort of try it, think, oh God, I've got to do that. For me, it's working well and people seem to be enjoying it. It's only the second installment, so we'll see how it goes. So yeah, you get to read that, you get to join in the live streams. There's quite a lot of extra content, photos, etc. on the members section. Also, people have bought me Ko-fis, which is brilliant. Thank you so much. They've sent me supers. Thank you for all the supers that have been sent. These are financial ways you can help my channel. And, not only that, that makes me realize that people really are enjoying my content, to go that far that they would buy me a Ko-fi, send me a super, or PayPal me, or whatever. There's many ways, and you know what, every donation that you make helps, because I'm still wanting to buy a new laptop for when next time I go on location. But the other thing is, the more that this channel grows, I can spend more time on it, because, as probably a lot of you know, I do have a day job. I am a Spanish teacher, and that's the bread and butter at the moment on the table. So, it's funny because, I love that job as well, because it's a job where I'm dealing with people. But, sometimes it gets in the way, like with what if there's breaking news, etc., like on the Danilo manhunt earlier in the week. And I actually broke away from a class because it was suspect in custody. I could not leave that, and not go live to that. So this is how it's sort of feeling to me now, is that they're of equal importance, my two things that I do, if you like. If anything, being a Spanish teacher of more importance, because that's where I earn my living. The YouTube, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a contribution towards it. But I'd quite like, and I don't know how you feel about that. Some people want me to do more videos. There'll be some of my trolley dollies out there that are probably thinking, oh, I don't want any more videos. Anyway, to my trolley dollies too, because my trolls, you are part of what makes a YouTube channel as well. It's like all part and parcel, isn't it, of a YouTube channel? And I've noticed when I was watching JLR Investigates, he has quite a lot of trolls, because his channel now has just blown up. It's got over 100,000 subscribers. It's sort of just, unfortunately, something that you feel like your YouTube channel wouldn't be the same without a few trolls. So, to the trolley dollies too. Just don't upset my other chatters. That's what, say what you like about me. But the people that join in my chats that are my members, they're nice people. You might not agree with everything they say, but, I don't like them being disrespected. Okay, I think I've said enough about for an introduction. So what's going on with these dogs? I'm going to look at Sky News about it. Now, according to Sky News, because what's happened basically is, there's been attacks, and, it's awful if anybody's killed by a dog, whatever kind of dog it is, terrible. But is it the dog's fault or is it the owner's fault? I think this is the controversy, isn't it? Are some dogs naturally aggressive, or is it the way that they're sort of brought up, if you like, or the way they're trained? Now, look, oh dear, they, it looks so awful, that muzzle on that dog. Anyway, so this Dr. Lawrence Newport, he says no. He says several of the people killed by these dogs, it's not the owners. He says that these dogs were bred from fighting pit bulls in the early 90s, and then inbred for size and strength. These dogs were bred for violence. Well, we're going to look at some pictures which sort of belie that. Because he's saying, some people are saying that we should just ban this breed completely. Now, I don't know how that works. It's come because of some dog attacks. There was an attack in Birmingham last week, left an 11-year-old girl with injuries. There's been several other attacks in recent months. In Wrexham, 22 pregnant sheep were killed. Earlier this year, Jonathan Hogg, 37, died after being attacked while looking after his friend's dog, reported to be an XL bully, etc. So there's been a spate of attacks. However, Mr. Sunak, Richie, or Snaky Sunak, whichever way you want to call him, I have no respect for him whatsoever. He's just become, another one of those terrible prime ministers. What has he actually done that's positive? Absolutely nothing. Anyway, he has now come out and said American XL bullies will be banned under the Dangerous Dogs Act. Now, to me, I think he's jumping on a bandwagon here. Him and Suella Braverman, she jumped on it because they're coming to the end of their term. Their politics, they're doing nothing positive. They can't get anything right. They've tried vilifying the immigrants to appeal to their sort of rampant right-wing racist followers. And I'm sorry if you, the thing about immigration and the big fuss they make about stopping the boats and this, that and the other, it is just part of the divide and rule tactics that this government have. They try and deflect people's attention from the crap job that they're doing, and they haven't done anything to stop the boats. They haven't, they created this scheme, send the immigrants to Rwanda. They haven't sent anybody. Nobody's gone to Rwanda yet. They haven't been successful. If they had been at least successful in doing that, Brexit, when we had Brexit, what that stopped was what I call the good immigrants, you know, the Eastern Europeans, etc. Europeans in general. It's made it difficult for all them to get into Britain. But everybody else is still coming into Britain just the same. And in fact, other countries like India, Pakistan, etc., there's more people coming in because we've had to make agreements with other countries. You know, I just don't see why people can't see this. You will never stop immigration completely. You just won't. And anyway, it's not fair to, because some people that come, you know, I know there's people that come that probably not genuine, just like there is in everything. But some people are coming from war-torn countries, and they always say, oh, they take illegal routes. There is no legal route unless you're Ukrainian, and even then it's really difficult. And some people from Afghanistan, there are some legal routes. Apart from that, there is no legal route. So why they keep saying, oh, you know, illegal, people coming here illegals? Well, they've got no other way of going to Britain. They go to other countries too. They don't only go to Britain. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is they've got no other route, and they're always going to try and come. They just are. You know, I think you've got to, in my eyes, it's like real politic. You've got to accept that people are going to come. So you've got to try and control it instead of just calling everyone illegal. And, you know, you've got to take steps to actually, you know, control this. Now, I don't know the answers. I'm not saying I do because I'm not in that position. But all I know is it hasn't been achieved. So what I feel with this, they know it hasn't. So they've launched on this because there's something else that people are concerned about. So it's a distraction from all the other failures that they've had. They'll probably fail this as well. But anyway, so Mr. Sunak has now declared the breed a danger to communities after a man died in a suspected attack by 2 of the dogs. Now, those dogs have been put down. Well, one was killed at the scene. They said one died at the scene. In other words, it was probably shot. The other one was put down. Now, we don't know the circumstance. I don't want anyone thinking that I'm saying, oh, you know, I'm not obsessed with dogs that I don't think that dangerous dogs should be put down. What I'm saying is it's a bit of a summary sort of, you know, punishment. I don't know. What is some of the attacks, like the sheep attack, why were those dogs even running free to attack those sheep? You know, why were they not being controlled by their owner? And, you know, I've had dogs for years and I've walked my dogs, you know, for years. And the worst dogs that we've ever had a problem with have been collies, funnily enough. My little dog Rocky, a couple of times collies have gone for him because their instinct is to herd and to, you know, he's had a few, but we've never had a problem with any of these cat type of dogs. But I think part of that reason is that when we've seen anyone with those dogs, they've had them on a lead, they've had a muzzle on, they've been, you know, properly restrained, controlled. I mean, it's a very it's a contentious subject, I think. You know, and as much as I love dogs, you know, I would be scared if one of these dogs come running at me because they're so powerful, aren't they? They're so powerful. Let's have a look at now. I mean, you know, like they are muscly and they are powerful. Now, so what they're saying here on Sky News, it'd be very difficult to ban American XL bullies because they're not a breed. Debbie Connolly, this expert, says they have no specific DNA markers, making them difficult to ban outright. So it's not recognised as a breed in this country, and therefore you cannot simply write the words XL bully at the end of the current dangerous dog list. So she says it's similar to pit bull terriers, which are also not a defined breed in law. If a police officer suspects a dog may be a terrier, it is seized and compared to the American Dog Breeder Association standard. There are 60-odd points of what a pit bull terrier should look like. The dog is measured, proportioned, how much bigger is its head than its chest, what does its tail look like, and subjective things like a springy gait. So it is compared, and the police make a decision as to whether that dog has a substantial number of the characteristics of a pit bull terrier. The result, she says, would mean expensive arguments in court to even decide if a dog fell under the category of American XL bully in the first place. And Miss Connolly says she has also seen dogs of all breeds, shapes and sizes in court, some of whom have caused terrible injuries. I think it's just that they are big and powerful. Let's have a look at this video.
¿Quieres empezar a estudiar un ciclo de FP? Matricúlate en iLearn Online, centro líder en formación profesional a distancia. Descubre sus más de 25 ciclos formativos de los diferentes ámbitos profesionales: informática, sanidad, administración. Encuentra el tuyo en ilerna.es.
This is Tex. He's 9.5 stone of American Bully XL.
It's a family pet that just wants to be loved.
9.5 stone, my God.
And looked after properly.
Good boy.
But some people believe this breed should be banned. Owner David says it's not the dog that's the problem.
These dogs
I agree with David.
are a status symbols for some people, and that's unfortunate because the people that are getting into a dog or a breed for a status are the wrong caliber of people. Whatever breed it is that has this weight and this power.
I love the way they run around like that. And he's right what he says. There's some people that, unfortunately, you could ban the XL bullies. There'll be another breed, the idiots like who just doing it for a status or just trying to look like a hard man or woman or whatever. There'll be another breed that'll take over. You won't stop the idiots that way.
You'll have the same problem. So it's not the breed that needs to be banned.
The UK Bully Kennel Club is amongst the groups trying to encourage more responsible ownership, promoting obedience certification through their regular events. This is a breed that's massively grown in popularity in the UK since 2018, but sadly involved in more attacks. In 2021, there were 4 fatal dog attacks in the UK, 2 involving an XL bully. In 2022, there were 10 fatal attacks. It's believed 6 of them involved the breed. XL bullies were also involved in at least 2 of the 5 deaths recorded so far this year. Amongst those that died, the 17-month-old Bella Ray Birch from Merseyside, 10-year-old Jack Liss from Caerphilly in Wales. And in January this year, dog walker Natasha Johnson was attacked and killed in this park in Caterham in Surrey. Bully XLs are not...
That lady, that dog walker, I think she had quite a few dogs with her, so I don't think they should have included that in this.
On the dangerous dogs list, which would make them illegal to own. But some politicians who believe Bully XLs are inherently and genetically dangerous have called for them to be added to the group that already includes pit bull terriers, Japanese tosers, Dogo Argentinos, and Fila Brasileiros.
It wouldn't instantly fix the problem because all these dogs would still be there. They would still be living in people's homes. People would be breeding them. They would still exist. And even if we could deal with the XL bullies, people would perhaps then move on to other dogs.
Animal welfare charity, the RSPCA, told us breed is not a reliable predictor of aggressive behaviour in dogs. Any dog has the potential to bite. As we look to reduce dangerous dog incidents, we need solutions that promote responsible pet ownership. Tough sanctions for those who willfully use dogs to frighten and intimidate people and other animals will also be key. A government review this autumn will look at whether this breed should be banned. For owners who love these dogs as family pets, it's the stigma and irresponsible owners that needs to be addressed first. Katerina Potozzi, Sky News.
Yeah. So What do you think? What do you think? Let me know in comments. So we're going to look at some of pictures of my nephew's dog first of all now. Look at them.
Tired boys.
So normally they go, I don't know, my dogs do as well. When you get the vac out, if you've got dogs, you probably know, you get the vac out, my dogs launch themselves at the back. Obviously they don't like the noise, so I have to put my dogs in the bathroom or whatever while I'm vaccing normally. And my nephew's dogs are the same normally, but this was when it was really hot in the UK, so you can see they just sat in front of the fan and they don't care about the fact. Let's just go back to the beginning of it because I think it's really sweet. One of them then looked as if he was gonna, and then he thought, "Oh, I can't be asked."
Tired boys.
I've got another video as well to show somewhere. Right, what they had to move out their house for a while because just some problems with the house. And when they moved back home, this was the scene I'm going to show you. I think you can see that, okay? Yeah.
Linda, where's your boys?
So you can see they were excited to be home. Let's just watch again. They like to sit and look out the window. They've had to put some blinds up because one of them does like standing up there at the window and barking at everybody going past. Huh. Oh. Now, the thing is, they will have become popular, you know, like they were saying how popular they've become. They've become popular for a reason, you know, because not just with, you know, idiots who want to be aggressive, but they're popular as family dogs. My nephew has a 6-year-old girl. And they love her, you know. Oh, I had another picture I just wanted to show, actually. Let me just see. Yeah, look, that's one of them there, asleep on my niece's partner's You know, they're just as cute as any dog. You know, they look sort of tough, don't they? Because they're all muscly and everything. But you know, that just looks to me what Riley would do on me, or Rocky, or even Princess Tia, the German Shepherd, because sometimes she does think she's a Chihuahua. Anyway, I've got another video I want to show you then that one of my subscribers sent in to show me about their dogs. And they have, I think you should be able to see that. So these dogs are with Chihuahuas. You know, so we've got 3 XL bullies and a Chihuahua. I think there's other Chihuahuas as well in that house. So it's quite, it's like when I think the XL bullies belong to another family member, but sometimes they sort of look after them all together. Right, let's start the video so you can see it. And this makes me laugh when the little Chihuahua goes to, because he can't see because these 3 are all in the way. They want to look into the other room because there's a vat going in there. So they're obviously hopeful that there might be some food coming their way. I don't know if that's the kitchen or whatever. But the way this little one goes and sort of peers between their legs. Well, I can't see. And when the arm comes over, it's like, oh, it's the food, it's the food, it's the food in that hand. And look, when they realise there's no food coming, it's just like, oh, might as well go to sleep then. Just watch it one more time. So there you go. So let me know in comments what's your opinion on this controversy, on this. Do you think they should be banned, or do you think it's like the owners need training? Now, they've just brought in a new law here in Spain where if you have dogs, any dogs, you have to have insurance, liability insurance for your dogs, just in case they cause any damage to anybody. And that doesn't matter if you've got a Chihuahua or if you've got an XL bully, or you know, whatever you've got. You have to have, by law, liability insurance, which is interesting. God, I mean, in my village, you know, some in pueblos in Spain, people don't seem to have caught on to this, that you're supposed to put your dog on a lead and pick up your dog poo and stuff like that. It is a problem, I think, in my village. Hopefully this will help. I've got a neighbour over the road there who lets his dog out every morning just to go roaming around. I mean, it's not an aggressive dog, but it's dangerous because there's a road there. It could get run over. It could cause an accident. It could be, you know, that the thing is, if you haven't got your dog on a lead when you're in a situation where you might come up against other dogs, and this is like an urban situation, not on the campo where there's lots of room. And dogs get aggressive, don't they, when they feel cornered. So although his dog's not aggressive, we don't know what sort of dog he might bump into. And then I suppose, you know, if a bigger dog did him some damage, even if the bigger dog was on the lead, you know, at the end of the day, his dog should be on the lead in these streets where there's a lot of dogs around. And we've got a Chihuahua a few doors up that, oh my God, it never stops barking. It's constant. And that, again, you know, it's a lovely little thing, you know, but it never stops barking. And little dogs do bark at big dogs. I had a Jack Russell for many years. 17 she was before, well, she was 13 before she calmed down, and finally at 17, bless her, she went over the Rainbow Bridge. But she was a little shit. I mean, she would go out, she would eyeball other dogs. It'd be like, go on then, you want a piece of me? She was so aggressive. You know, so I had to be careful with her. She would escape a lot as well. She was, honest to God, it's been really weird to have these dogs now. And I used to have to watch, God, if you even opened the door just and because she would be out, and not only out, then she would jump over the wall, because I've got a thing up on my my gates, you know, like I've got like stuff up there so that the dogs can't get out, because they're like metal wrought iron gates. But she would just jump over the wall to the neighbours where they haven't got that, and go through their gates. You know, she was a character. I need to write a little book about her one day, because she was certainly, out of any dog that I've ever had, she was the most character dog that I've ever had. And then when I had my poodle, when I had my son and I had my little black poodle, Zach, I had to give Zach away to a friend's husband, because he was aggressive towards my baby, because he'd been used to being the baby. You know, and that was my fault. I had spoilt him and that, but I had no children then. So he had been spoilt. He'd been with me all the time, you know, little dogs. He was a lap dog, and he was constant. He would scream if you even got out the car to fill it up with petrol. He'd go mental. You know, you had to take him with you everywhere. He was one of them dogs you could just put in a handbag. And he would be as quiet as anything as long as he was with you. But when you know, if he wasn't with you. But when I had my son, then I had to unfortunately rehome him, because he was starting to snap at him if he was on, you know, he wanted to get on my knee, not the baby on my, you know, he was very jealous. So unfortunately, he lived a long life though. In the end, I think he was about 20 when he finally passed over the Rainbow Bridge, and he did find a really good home with my friend's husband. You know, he used to take him on all his, he had a boat, and he used to take him on the boat, you know, so he had a nice life. But you know, I did miss him, but he just I couldn't trust him around my baby, because he was starting to growl at him, and you know, sort of, and of course as my son was starting to crawl and that, he was starting to grab his tail and things like that. So I think the thing is, you know, to me, I don't think it matters which dog it is, which breed of dog it is. You have always got to be careful, especially around children. You've got, because children will pull dogs' tails, you know, do things to them. That's just what they do, because to them, a dog is just like a big furry toy. You know, so one, you have to teach the children not to do things like that. And two, you have to always monitor them. I would never leave, because, you know, I would never leave a dog, any dog, alone with a baby or a child. You know, I just wouldn't, because it's quite likely that that child might do something to irritate that dog. So you've always got to be aware, at the end of the day, they are dogs. They do things. They do have cranky days. They do, you know, but I don't think it would matter if it's an XL bully or not. I think it's any dog. It could be a poodle. It could be a chihuahua. You've always got to watch them. Now, I suppose the problem with XL bullies is they're so big, powerful. They are powerful, aren't they? I mean, that dog they were showing, they're 9.5 stone. I mean, you know, that is powerful, strong. You've got to respect it. But you could see it was just walking at the side. My little dogs don't walk as nice as that. God, that dog was just walking next to that little girl because it's been trained. It's been trained properly. So I think it's more that they should control owners than control the dogs. Maybe you should only be allowed to have one of those dogs if you have been on a training course. Maybe they should vet, like maybe even, you would have to get a license. Didn't they used to have dog licenses? Maybe you need to get a license. You need to prove you're not a fucking idiot before you get one of those dogs. Just like supposedly you've got to prove you're not an idiot before you can get a gun. But seems like they give, there's been a few incidences, hasn't there, in Britain of shootings. I'm going to look at some of them at some point as well, where people have been allowed guns when really they should never have been allowed a gun. So I don't know. It's a tough one. I personally don't think it make any difference banning them, and what will happen to the ones that are already here. I just think this is the latest bandwagon that this pathetic zombie government has got involved with. They've jumped on the bandwagon. They're going to make a big thing of it to deflect from all the other crap things that they're doing or not doing. That's my personal opinion. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. Let me know in comments. Another thing I just wanted to mention before I finish this, I don't know if you saw, but Luis Rubiales, the president of the Spanish Football Association, who kissed famously kissed Jenny Hermoso at the World Cup final, after Spain had won. He has been taken to court now, and there's been a restraining order issued against him. He's not allowed to approach Jenny, message her, speak to her, nothing. And it's like, that is a man. He's brought it all on himself. If right at the beginning, when it first happened, that's when he should have apologized. He should have been a bit humble, said, I just got carried away in the heat at the moment. I know it was wrong. He would not apologize. He still hasn't apologized. He still does not see that he's done anything wrong. And so, of course, it's gone completely, blown out of all proportion now. But it's his own fault, because he should have dealt with it earlier. He's a man who lives in there's a Spanish guy been speaking about it in English on the Talk TV, because of course Piers Morgan's got all involved in it. And he said, well, we just can't believe, because if you realise that the depth of feeling in Spain against this man, not only women but men also. And he was saying, in my country, we kiss. No, we don't. In Spain, they do not kiss on the lips. Kiss on the cheek. When you meet someone, you kiss them on the cheek. They do not kiss people on the lips. It's just unheard of, unless it's your partner, obviously. It's not, they're saying it as if it's a natural thing. It's not. And it was more than that. It was him grabbing his crotch. It was him sort of lifting himself up and wrapping his legs around her. It's like a historic thing that goes back. There's a legacy of the way. And not only him, but a lot of the Spanish Football Federation treat. There was already discord in that team. And, I think it's going to take quite a lot of sorting out this. I think it's a seismic movement now in Spanish football. And as I say, not only the women, but the men are up in arms about it as well. So it's almost like lifted the lid off something. And this guy, Rubiales, he's just walking around as if he don't even know. It's like, what? For Christ's sake, that just says it all. If he can't even see it, and he still even now cannot, it's too late now anyway, because he's gone too far with it. So he may as well just carry on being an idiot now, because his moment to make people sympathize with him has gone. It's gone, past, finished. Right, so that's him. I just wanted to let you know that he'd been given this restraining order against him, so he can't contact and this case is still going forward. Things take a long time in Spain, but it's still going forward. I just have one more. Oh, the other news, of course, was that Sarah Sharif's father, stepfather, and uncle, they have now been charged. So they were arrested on suspicion of murder. They have now been charged with murder. What else is there? Was something else that Snaky Sunak, he's made another inadvertent lie to the Commons inadvertently about the profits that he makes out of the Moderna vaccine. Oh God, he's such a slimy man. I just cannot bear him. And yeah, this story, Rishi Sunak was. Let me share it with you. Honest to God, it's just when you think it can't get, I can't even be bothered trolling him anymore, because I did used to troll him a little bit on Twitter, but when I say troll him, you know, like make comments when he said something stupid, but I don't even bother now. It's too, you know, he's so smarmy and you know, he's just like, he's just milking being a prime minister for as long as he can, signing contracts that will benefit his wife. That's what I think. Anyway, it said he was persuaded not to quit as Chancellor over his COVID lockdown fine. So let's bear in mind he was fined as well. After discussions with executives working for media mogul Rupert Murdoch. Oh my God, do you know what? The press in Britain is just so biased, isn't it? Anyway, so why would Mr. Murdoch not want him to resign, I wonder? So allies of Mr. Johnson, so this is Boris Johnson's allies that have sort of come out with this story, have told people that Mr. Murdoch intervened to persuade Mr. Sunak not to quit. Now, I don't know if it's true, but this is what allies of Mr. Johnson are saying. That could well be Rees-Mogg, Nadine Dorries, those who they hate Rishi Sunak and they love Boris Johnson. Anyway, however, a number 10 source said Mr. Sunak did not speak directly to Mr. Murdoch at any time about his resignation. Rupert Murdoch, he's ruined Britain. He's contributed to the ruin of Britain. The sooner I see the back of him, the better. Yeah. Sunak is entirely confident that the Conservatives will win the next election. Okay, well, we'll see. Yeah. Yeah. There's nobody good left. The problem with the Tory party now, you know, and I'm not a Tory, but I know that there were good politicians in that party. Not anymore. None left. They've all gone. Sooner a change, the better. I wouldn't even mind the monster raving loony party at the moment. It's just, it can't be any worse than this shower. Anyway, there you go. I've probably lost a few subscribers saying that. I can't help it. That's how I feel. Whew. So there you go. Let me know what you think about the bullies. Yeah, you know, it's a contentious one. There will be some of you out there, I know, that'll be scared of them, and I understand that. But do you think that it's the breed itself, or is it the owner? That's the question of the moment, isn't it? So thanks for watching as always, and again, thank you for all your support. Please like the video. Please give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And I'll see you very soon in the next video. Remember to always live in love very, very carefully. Look after your dogs. Make sure you've always got them under control. That's the way to avoid these things happening, isn't it? Is to just, you know, take a bit of care and attention over your dogs. And I'll see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God always go with you. Thank you.